And maybe not. Maybe not. The number you entered is invalid. No, it shouldn't be because they just called me. They just called me. There's no way that number is invalid. Oh, Greece? I'm not calling Greece. You called Greece. Blah. No, I didn't call Greece. Good Lord. Okay. Let's do this. 302. Okay, I'm not calling Greece. Someone needs to tell me that I'm not calling Greece. Thank you. Okay, here we go. It's fun for everyone here. Camden, Delaware is where we're calling.
Hello.
There we are. Hey, how are you? You just called us. I was calling you back. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm sorry. Who is this? I couldn't hear you very well. I had to walk outside.
No problem. You just called me a few moments ago. We were finishing up with our previous. We were finishing.
I just sent a message to Tom because I tried to call in.
No. We're good. I got you. How are you?
I'm good, man. We're hanging out in Orlando, Florida. It's hot, but it's really nice.
Orlando, Florida. Now, go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend, so people know who I'm talking with today.
Oh, this is Vincent Torres. I'm the singer of Awake at Last.
Now, tell me a little bit about the band. How did you guys get started as a group and everything?
So my guitar player, Eric, and I started the band back when we were a lot younger. It was back in 2011. We wanted to put out positive messages, and I just wanted to play rock and roll, and it was always kind of a dream of ours. And we started really touring seriously in the past 4 years, and it's been really awesome. We've made a lot of amazing fans and friends and family and an awesome vibe. You know, we're kind of like a hard rock band with sort of like a added into it.
Awake at big broadcast here on Skype. Change is their debut LP.
So the Change is our first debut full-length record as a band. It's the first thing we're putting out with any sort of label or anything as well. We're putting it out on Outerloop, but I'm really excited for it because it's always been a dream to put out a full-length, but it's a concept record about a being. I try to let the listener kind of be the character in the story that is trying to lead a sort of artistic revolution and kind of like remind humanity that social media and all that stuff, it plays a role in our lives, but to still make sure that you're present and in the room. And the character, goes through the different obstacles of, I tried to make it cinematic. So it's like a full-length kind of, story that's being told through song in a sense. And I'm really excited about it because it talks a lot about, positivity and overcoming obstacles and trying not to let, the darker elements of the world kind of stop you from doing things that fulfill your soul. And, I tried to make some of the songs kind of anthemic and very, like, flag-flying. So I hope people like it.
We have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live here on our big program, Coast to Coast and Boulder to Boulder on TuneIn, iTunes, and, of course, TalkShoe.com, iHeartRadio today. Awake at Last, The Change, and they have been compared to all sorts of different bands. Now, tell us a little bit about how this group got started.
Eric and I started back in the day with a couple of other guys, and we all wanted to travel and tour, and jobs and life got in the way. And after a little while, they switched me to being the lead vocalist, and then we picked up a guitar player named Imran, who's playing with us now. And then we have our drummer, Finny, who joined the band about 4.5 years ago, and he joined right when we started really touring. And right now we got a couple of different bass players that come out with us. Currently we're out with our friend Jurgen, and then we got together and just wanted to play rock and roll, and we wanted to play shows, and kind of we all wanted to leave sort of the the jobs and the lives that we kind of had at the time behind and pursue something that was going to have more meaning to us as individuals. And that's where the band name kind of comes from too, when we kind of like woke up and realized that we didn't want to, do anything less than, chase the dream,
It's amazing. We have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live here in our broadcast. Now, the current single entitled "The Change." Tell me about that.
So the change is the title track of the record, and it's a very kind of Viva la Resistance kind of song, and it's kind of about how if we want to see a change in the world, because there's a lot of complaining going on the internet, and there's a lot of divisions between a lot of people right now, and that the change is kind of about how it starts with you, and it starts with what you can do individually to kind of lend yourself to the tapestry of everything else. It's really exciting too because Spencer Charnas from Ice Nine Kills was a featured vocalist on the track, which was really awesome because he was
fantastic.
A friend of mine. And he also does like some theatrical stuff. So it was really cool that he hopped on the track and did that with us. It was a cool experience.
Now, how did you recruit him for this?
We had been talking a little bit here and there. We have similar like industry connections, and we eventually got together. And when I told him about the new record, I sent him the song. And, he was, at the time we were kind of seeing if we wanted to do a featured vocalist, and I gave him a call and he liked the song. So he totally recorded it and sent it back to me, and it ended up being really, really awesome. It was a cool experience. So
we have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live here on our big broadcast. And Awake at Last. The Change is the latest from these guys. And so tell me about the production process for everything.
The production process?
Yes, but bringing it all to life, my friend.
It was actually pretty interesting. See, when we went into the studio, we had a lot of demos written. We had worked with some buddies of ours from Nashville who did a lot of like studio work, and we had put together some pretty cool demos. And I won't lie, it was kind of intense to go in with like really pro guys, and here's these songs that I was so excited about, and there were like parts in the songs where they'd be like, this is okay, but it can be better, and then they would just kind of break it down into pieces, and they'd be like, all right, here's like a good hook line. Here's what you're trying to say in the song. How can we say it with fewer words? Things like that. And I think that the compromises that were made really kind of taught me a lot more about songwriting and working with other professionals in that aspect. But it was cool. It was in North Carolina. The guys were really awesome. Their names are Kyle Odell and Josh Landry. Kyle does all the instrumentation, and Josh works top line. So him and I did a lot of vocal days together. Working out, what kind of messages that we wanted the song to put out. And it was a really cool experience. It was kind of funny, though, because we were living in our bus, like our tour vehicle, the whole, 3 weeks we were there, and we were just, parked in this, industrial park. So it was interesting. There were high highs and low lows.
We have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live here on the big broadcast. Awake at Last. The Change is the latest from them. And so social media websites, how do we get a hold of you guys?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question that well. What was it?
Social media, websites, downloads, how do we get a hold of you?
Oh, social media, okay. So the main website that we have is awakeatlastrock.com, and that has all the links that can connect you to all of our other social media pages. But we are available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, whatever streaming service anybody uses. We do have stuff that's distributed out there. Facebook and Instagram, Twitter are probably our main 3 focused ones right now, and we're getting into some of the other ones as we move forward. But if you go to awakeatlastrock.com, that will connect you to everything.
Now, before we let you go, what's next for the band?
What was that?
What's next for the band?
what's next for the band?
Yes.
Well, we are on the road currently for the next 2.5 weeks with Famous Last Words. Then we have a brief, I think, 7-day break before we go back out with a band called I Set to Kill. And we're going to be doing some Midwest into Canada dates with those guys. And then we have a couple of other tours that aren't announced yet that we're going to be on. I know we're pretty much going to be on the road until August. And The Change, the main record, comes out June 21st, so we'll be doing a tour to promote the record releasing as well. And that'll be some headliner dates we're going to do that'll be like intimate, get it there first kind of shows. So we're going to be out on the road a lot, so please, if you guys, or whoever's listening, if you guys check the social media and see the dates, if you really want to experience a Wake It Last, come see us live and come spend some time with us.
Good stuff. Well, I appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on our broadcast and chatting with us. I appreciate it, man.
Dude, thank you so much, man. I'm sorry that I was...
No. We're good. I'm glad we got you. I was really excited to get you on today, so thank you, man.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate the opportunity so much, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you, brother.
All right. You too, brother.
There he goes, and there we